The man's body was actually on fire when it was found last night in this spot where officials say they only later realized it was a man's body that was on fire and dangling from a rope on the underside of this 610 freeway.
And now we want to warn you, this next story, hard to hear. A man's body found hanging underneath the East Loop. It happened late last night. Our Ugochi Iloka joining us near the scene along Kirkpatrick Boulevard. And Ugochi, details from the story even more grim.
Sadly, that's correct. We're told that the man's body was actually on fire when it was found last night in this spot where officials say they only later realized it was a man's body that was on fire and dangling from a rope on the underside of this 610 freeway. This is video of officers just after 10 p.m. last night looking around after HFD responded to a fire here near the 5000 block of Kirkpatrick and 610. It was Union Pacific employees who first found the scene and called Houston firefighters, first reporting that this was a brush fire. However, that was not the case. Officials say when firefighters put out the flames, they discovered it was a man's body partially set ablaze and hanging from a rope. HPD says those firefighters got the fire out, but the man did not survive. A lieutenant investigating the tragedy says a homeless encampment is here too, but they aren't sure where the man was initially set on fire. She tells us she doesn't think his death was a suicide.
If he's not just hanging, it's like there's also the fire, so then it's like, well, what actually killed him? We don't know that. I mean, of course, that'll be something that, detectives and after the autopsy report comes out.
And the lieutenant you just heard from there says, unfortunately, there were no witnesses around when they first responded to the scene. If you know anything about this investigation or have information, you're asked to please call Houston Police or Crime Stoppers. Reporting in Northeast Houston, Ugochi Iloka, KHOU 11 News.
White man, fight back! 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 White man, fight back!
For 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us, that somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I had hoped for.
White man, fight back! 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 White man, fight back!
Officials have released the identity of a student who was found on a campus hanging from a tree this morning. Campus officials and police made the announcement just a couple of hours ago in a news conference. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams live in the studio this afternoon. He's been following the story at Delta State all day. Ross, what are investigators saying?
Well, Troy, we are just hours into the investigation of this disturbing discovery on the Cleveland campus. Now, here is what we know right now. According to the Delta State Police Chief, they got a call around 7 o'clock Monday morning. First officers on the scene found the body of 21-year-old DeMartravion Trey Reed. He was hanging from a tree near the pickleball court that's in the central part of the campus. Reed is a Delta State student from Grenada. Now, there is already rampant social media speculation about what happened to Reed. At this point, investigators say there is no evidence of foul play.
But we, of course, again, with our partners, we've investigated every avenue, and again, we continue to investigate.
The university has contacted the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Cleveland Police Department, and the Bolivar County Sheriff's Office to assist them in the investigation. Today was supposed to be a happy day on the Delta State campus, celebrating its 100th anniversary. Instead, they are mourning the loss of this student. Classes were canceled Monday, and it's unclear if they will resume on Tuesday. Back to you, Troy.
Billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to get to this point?
Right. I would say this. We're not voting for the right people. In North Carolina, wake up.
Back! White man, fight 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 back!
Back to your top stories this morning. Now to new developments in a situation we brought you as breaking news last night at 10.
More than 20 police units were on the scene. This is the shooting at a homeless encampment that's been at the center of controversy for months now. It's over on East Lake Street.
So the encampment is on East Lake Street and 28th Avenue South. Our Barrett Leone joins us live in Minneapolis as we get new details into exactly what happened. And also, Barrett, of course, we know safety is at the top of mind here, too.
Yeah, exactly. AJ, Heather, Minneapolis police are telling us this was a mass shooting that happened there last night. 8 people were shot, 4 are in critical condition. Authorities say right now they have not arrested anyone and don't have any suspects at this time. But really, there was a massive scene there last night, and we do have some video to show you. Now, according to law enforcement, gunfire broke out around 10 o'clock last night. Officers found victims both inside the encampment and on nearby sidewalks. Investigators say they're working to figure out what led up to the shooting and believe more than one shooter could be involved.
What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel.
Listen, Genesis chapter 11 verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this back, Genesis 14 verse 13, Abraham steps on the scene. Being a descendant of Shem, which is a fact, means Abraham too was Abraham, born in the city of a black man called Nimrod, grandson of Ham. Ham had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abraham, Isaac was Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10.